What's going on, guys? Welcome to another episode. In today's video, we're going to review what the real estate market looks like. We're going to cover inventory levels. We're going to go over where the market is headed and when you should buy. Areas of what's up, everybody? One of the ways to know when it's supply chain, house, as my favorite cash buyers, racing areas of real estate. So as you already know, and if you don't, the real estate market is going crazy. Home values are going up and up every year since the post-pandemic timeframe. Along with that, what you're seeing is a 15.3% year-over-year increase in home value. So if you feel that home values are gonna just significantly drop, it's not. It's not going to drop right away. We are not looking at what took place in 2007, 2008 with the real estate market crash. That crash was specifically related to the subprime mortgages that were put in place in the real estate market. What's going on in the industry right now is just a result of the fact that when COVID took place, people were not able to go out and purchase homes. So you have all these people now flooding to purchase homes, backed with the inability for builders to build homes quickly because of supply constraints. So where are the inventory levels as we stand? So inventory levels as of the month of December were at 1.9. So what does that mean? It means that if no one listed the house across the country, every single home would be purchased within 1.9 months. And after that, there would be no more inventory left. The latest data shows that inventory has decreased to 1.8 months worth of supply. So again, if everybody stopped listing their home and whatever was on the market would sell out in 1.8 months. Inventory is significantly low. The national average that the federal government looks to have is about 6 months worth of supply. So we are considerably less than what the average inventory level should be for the market. Now, bear in mind, total home sales for the month of December have dropped by 4.6%. So you're probably wondering, if home sales have dropped, then why is there supply constraint? Well, that's also related to the fact that we're in the months of winter and it's holiday season, so a lot less people are probably listing their homes just to get through the holiday. So that's why you're also seeing a supply constraint. So again, folks, inventory levels are extremely low. You'd be lucky to be able to purchase a house without multiple offers above and over asking price. So you're probably wondering where the market is headed. But let's take a step back and look at kind of how the trend works, or what the trend has been. Typically, you're gonna see an increase in sales for real estate in the spring and summer months. People are out and about, the weather's nicer, people wanna go out, they don't mind stepping out and looking at homes, doing tours, open houses. So you're gonna see an increase in buyers in the months of spring and summer. But that also means now that there's gonna be potential for more constraint in the inventory level. So you may see a dip in inventory levels during the spring and summer months. I wouldn't be surprised if we're less than 1 month's worth of supply when spring and summer roll around this year. So in contrast to the spring and summer months, you're gonna get a decrease in the fall and winter months. It's just natural. Holidays are happening. It's colder weather. Obviously, if you're in the northern region of the United States, you're gonna just experience colder weather. You likely don't wanna go out, especially who wants to go look at homes when it's snowing. So you're gonna get a decrease in sales volume. Like I said, it's gonna pick back up in the spring and summer months. Along with the seasonal changes that you're going to see for sales in real estate market, there's also a projection or a discussion taking place of increasing the interest rates from 3% to 3.5%. It simply means that at 3% interest rate, you can afford more of a house. At 3.5%, because the interest rate has increased, you'll just be able to afford a little less of a house. Even at 3.5%, we're still below what the national trending average is, which is 3.9%. I don't project a significant slowdown in the real estate market at all in 2022. The other thought that many people have is that there will be a lot of foreclosures as folks come out of the forbearance period. Here's kind of how you need to look at it. If the owners know that they were in the forbearance program and now they are no longer in it, they know that the value of their house has increased. to the point where if they were to sell the house, they will likely be able to pay back all of the delinquent amount that was in forbearance and the principal balance and walk away pretty much free and clear. So yes, forbearances are coming out of the program, but because of the upward trend in the real estate value, I don't see it being a collapse that people are projecting that they saw back in 2007 and 2008. So that leads me to what you should do if you're looking to buy a house. Many of you know that I'm an investor and I buy and fix and sell homes. A lot of what I'm seeing and hearing in the industry from buyers and sellers is they're renting for the time period, waiting for this market to come down or crash, whatever their thought process is. So to the folks that feel that way, here's a strategy that you can deploy. You should look to buy a home that's a fixer-upper. Here's why. If you're already renting and you most likely have a lease, maybe 6 months, 12 months, whatever the case may be, because you're already renting, you already have a roof over your head. So the quick need to find a home is not there. What I would recommend that you do is find a fixer-upper, get a nice contractor, and take the next 6 to 9 months while you're already renting to buy a home that you can fix up to the standards that you want. Now, here's a little trick to this. Most investors buy fixer-upper homes because that's how they make their livelihood. Therefore, when an investor puts an offer in, they need to put an offer in low enough so that they can make a profit on the back end once the house has been fixed and it's listed. Here's how you can beat the investors. Your primary focus is to buy the home to live in. So let's say an investor was going to make $30,000 profit once they sold the home. That means the offer that they have to make would be $30,000 less than what you could make because you're not in it to potentially make a profit. You're looking at it for a long-term position, meaning you're going to live in it. So that $30,000 that the investor is going to undercut the seller, you can actually offer an additional $30,000 and win the bid. So again, look for houses that are fixer-uppers. Don't be so concerned or afraid that you can't do the project or can't handle it. If you need help, just put a comment below and I'll guide you and direct you to the right people who can help you accomplish this goal. Guys, if you're finding value from this video, please hit the like button and definitely subscribe so that you can get notified for more videos that come along. Guys, so again, we discussed inventory levels, where the market is headed, and when and how you should buy the house. I hope this video was helpful. Stay tuned for the next episode. It means a lot to me that you're even taking the time to watch. Thank you. I'll see you next time, guys.